I think I want to close tonight with the 22 uses in Ecclesiastes. And that's once every 11 verses. So as far as getting the most bang for your buck for any Old Testament book, Ecclesiastes does it. More usages of Ruach per the verses in the book. In Ecclesiastes 1:6 is the first. And it says, "The wind, the Ruach, goeth toward the south, and turneth about unto the north. It whirleth about continually, and the wind returneth again according to its circuits." That's the word pneuma. It's wind in both places. The next usage is in Ecclesiastes 1:14, where it says, "I have seen all the works that are done under the sun, and behold, all is vanity and vexation of spirit." So that's usage 4. Person or heart or wind. All is vanity and vexation of heart, or vexation of the person, or its wind. Now Briggs says that vexation of spirit is striving for wind. In other words, vain or empty things. Vexation is the Hebrew word reuth, occurring only 7 times, and they're only in Ecclesiastes. All 7 of them are in Ecclesiastes. And it means a longing or a striving. And it's always translated vexation in the King James Version, and it's always translated striving in the New American Standard. Vexation means something that causes annoyance, nuisance, irritation, provocation, distress, torment, trouble, or the like. And that would fit with person or heart. That a person would have vexation, trouble, nuisance, irritation, provocation. But if it's 10, if it's wind and 9c, we would translate it as grasping at the wind or feeding on the wind, both of which are impossible. Grasping at the wind or feeding on the wind would be used to mean futility or emptiness. Nothing but hot air is something we might say in our vernacular. But vexation of spirit is not only unsatisfying, but it's also troublesome. There is nothing solid or substantial in it to give purpose or meaning to life. So that's what this vexation of spirit is. It's either irritation of heart, distress of heart, torment of heart, trouble of heart, or it means this figurative usage where wind is put for futility. Grasping at the wind or feeding on the wind is put to mean futility or emptiness. In Ecclesiastes 1:17, to know wisdom and to know madness and folly, I perceive that also is vexation of spirit. That's another of the 7 usages. Usage 4 or 10, meaning heart or wind. Ecclesiastes 2:11 says, "Then I looked on all the works that my hands had wrought, and on all the labor that I had labored to do, and behold, it was vanity and vexation of spirit, and there was no profit under the sun." So that adds the no profit under the sun, but it's the same usage 4 or 10. Ecclesiastes 2:17 says, "Therefore I hated life, because the work that is wrought under the sun is grievous unto me. For all is vanity and vexation of spirit." Again, 4 or 10. Ecclesiastes 2:26, "For God giveth to a man that is good in his sight wisdom and knowledge and joy. But to the sinner he giveth travail to gather and to heap up, that he may give to him that is good before God. This also is vanity and vexation of spirit." Again, 4 or 10. In Ecclesiastes 3, we'll start in 18. It said, "I said to mine heart concerning the estate of the sons of men, that God might manifest them, and that they might see that they themselves are beasts. For that which befalleth the sons of men befalleth beasts. Even one thing befalleth them, as the one dieth, so dieth the other. Yea, they have all one breath. That's the word Ruach, translated pneuma in the Septuagint, usage 3. So that a man hath no preeminence above a beast, for all is vanity. All go unto one place. All are of the dust, and all return to dust again. Who knoweth the spirit, Ruach, usage 3, of a man that goeth upward, and the spirit, Ruach, usage 3, or of the beast that goeth downward to the earth? Wherefore I perceive that there is nothing better than that a man should rejoice in his own works, for that is his portion. For who shall bring him to see what shall be after him? So God created breath life when he formed and made animals. When he got around to man in Genesis 2:7, he didn't need to create it again. He just took the breath life that he had put in animals and breathed it into man. Ecclesiastes 4:4 is our next occurrence, and it says, Again, I considered all travail and every right work, that for this a man is envied of his neighbor. This also is vanity and vexation of spirit. So we've handled that before. 4:10. Ecclesiastes 4:6. Better is a handful with quietness than both hands full with travail and vexation of spirit. There it is. 4:10. Verse 16 of chapter 4. There is no end of all the people, even of all that have been before them. They also that shall come after shall not rejoice in him. Surely this is vanity and vexation of spirit. Again, usage 4 or 10. Ecclesiastes 5:16. And this also is the sore evil, that in all points as he came, so shall he go. And what profit hath he that hath labored for the wind? That's the word Ruach. And in the Septuagint, it's anemos, the word for wind. So this is usage 10 and 9c, meaning wind, and metonymy, where air is, because of its lack of substance, it's put by metonymy for nothing or emptiness. He labored for nothing. Ecclesiastes 6:9. Better is the sight of the eyes than the wandering of the desire. This is also vanity and vexation of spirit. There it is again. Usage 4 or 10. Ecclesiastes 7:8-9. Better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. And I'm sure that's what you're about to say about this teaching. And the patient in spirit, that's the word Ruach. Now the Septuagint omits the word. It doesn't translate it. And this is either usage 4 or 9d. Usage 4 being the heart, patient in heart, or patient in himself. In other words, a patient person is better than a proud person. And that's Ruach again, usage 4. Verse 9 says, Be not hasty in thy spirit, or in thyself. That's usage 4 again, to be angry. For anger resteth in the bosom of fools. So this refers to the person. Bollinger says the Hebrews used Ruach, spirit, in various combinations to denote the greatest degree of mental activity. So if it did mean spiritually, it would be patience, exceedingly patient, or exceedingly proud. That's another option for consideration. In Exodus 8:8 it says, There is no man that hath power over the spirit, to retain the spirit, neither hath he power in the day of death, and there is no discharge in that war, neither shall wickedness deliver those that are given to it. So the Septuagint has pneuma in both places. Lamza in his translation has wind in both places. But some people say, and that's what I put usage 10, which I believe fits better in Ecclesiastes here. We'll see it again in 11:4. But some people have 3, breath life. Nobody has power over their breath life to retain it. But then it says, neither hath he power over the day of death. So I think it's talking about 2 different things there. So that's why I have it as wind. Ecclesiastes 10:4 says, if the spirit, Ruach, of the ruler rise up against thee, leave not thy place, for yielding pacifieth great offenses. So this is usage 4 or 4a. Could be understood as the heart. If the heart of a ruler rises up against thee, or an issue of that heart like anger, if the anger of a ruler rises up against thee. In Ecclesiastes 11:4 it says, he that observeth the wind shall not sow. In other words, if you look for the optimum circumstances, it's never going to happen. And he that regardeth the cloud shall not reap. So that's why I translate this wind, and that's why in Ecclesiastes 8:8 I translated it wind there. Because you can't control it unless you have some revelation like Jesus did on the boat. And in Ecclesiastes 11:5 it says, as thou knowest not what is the way of the Spirit, or how the bones do grow in the womb of her that is with child, even so thou knowest not the works of God who maketh all. So I believe that's usage 1. And then the last one is in Ecclesiastes 12:7. Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was, and the spirit Ruach shall return to God that gave it. And then that's pneuma, refers to the spirit upon in the Old Testament, and the spirit within in our day and time, but it returns to God. So those are the 11 usages of spirit of Ruach in the Old Testament. We've added 2 to what we knew of pneuma in the New Testament, and they are wind and breath. And we added some figures of speech. And again, if you'd like to go over every usage, I can send you the work, and you can go over it and see what you think. So just let me know. So God bless.